I have cats, and I love them. Hi, my name is Lacey, and welcome to my recap of episodes 14 through 16 of season 5 of Love is Blind, which is actually season 4 of After the Altar. If you like my recaps, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and I appreciate your support. So I honestly forgot what cast this was, and for a horrifying second, I actually thought that I would have to talk about Bartise. And I am so thankful that that is not the case, and that man is gone from my life. So this is 1 year after the reunion, After the Altar, and we have 3 remaining couples. We have the lovely Brett and Tiffany. We have Zach and Bliss, and we have Chelsea and Kwame. And they are all still married. Ah. Honestly, this After the Altar was not very interesting, so I have like about a page and a half of notes, and I will get to them thusly. Tiffany and Brett are now living in Portland for his job. Tiffany says that she is having her soft girl era and focusing on self-care and self-love, and I am so happy for that. They are also going on trips all over the world, and that is awesome. Bliss and Zach are still together, and the show kind of does this fake out where they're trying to make it seem like it's IVF, and it is not. It is allergy shots for Zach's allergies to Bliss's pets, and she is happy that she can finally bring the dogs home, dog and cat, because they've had to live with somebody else while Zach gets kind of adjusted to his allergies. I understand that. If I had somebody with allergies, they would need to get shots. I have cats, and I love them. Kwame and Chelsea are still together, and they are very close with Bliss and Zach. They live very close together, and they also go on trips with each other, sometimes sleeping in the same room, which is kind of weird, but you know, whatever. Kind of, it's cheaper, and you get to like party together and then just pass out. I mean, you could get an adjoining room, but whatever. You can't really get freaky unless they're into that sort of thing. They go to a Mariners game, and Chelsea throws out the first pitch. Yeah, she does a good job. I suck at throwing. I'm not a bad catcher, but I suck at throwing. I have no arm for it. It goes pew. Micah is still friends with Paul's mom after saying no to each other at the altar. No, thank you. It's weird. And then the mom is like, Paul's seeing somebody else now. He's talking to somebody else now, but I'll cut a bitch for you. I don't even know that she's met the other person. She could be lovely. Rude. And Micah says she doesn't want to overstep any boundaries, but Paul's mom is like, fuck it. I'm going to be your friend if I want to be your friend. And they're like, okay. Weird. Jackie and Josh are still together, and I guess proving everybody wrong. So it really seems like they're just together to prove everybody wrong. Like, see, I made the right choice. See, Marshall was not it. And it's like, okay, because when you see them together, it's awkward, it's rude, and it's very, very uncomfortable. I see no love between the two. I see no like between the two. In a Ferris wheel situation date, he throws food at her instead of like feeding it to her in a nice romantic way. He says, if you behave yourself, I'll get you this. When they move into a new house together, he throws her box of clothes on the floor and says, you do it. Josh is not it. Paul talks to his mom, and she's basically trying to get him to beg for Micah back, and he's like, no, I have a new person, and she really enjoys me and what I bring to the table, whereas Micah just tolerated me. I don't know how she just tolerated somebody who cooks for her. I'll take it. He's like, he's cooking, and he's like, oh, she just tolerates my cooking, and it's like, bitch, he's cooking for you. Enjoy it. My man cooks for me. I do the dishes though. Chelsea is getting dressed for their anniversary party, and I love her pink dress. It is gorgeous. I love it. Then they go to the anniversary party with Brett and Tiffany, Zach and Bliss, Chelsea and Kwame, and they're all talking about their year together and traveling mostly. And Chelsea gets a little emotional, saying how she feels bad about how Kwame isn't able to travel now that they are married because of her job and vacation hours, etc., and the dog. And I get it. I can't go on vacation either, but I don't really have any money. But even when I did, I couldn't go on vacation because I was just busy. It sucks being American sometimes. Zach still sings to Bliss, and Tiffany is adjusting well to Portland. Brett is actually really funny in After the Altar. I really like earlier he did an impression of Zach, which was pretty funny, and now he's making jokes about Jackie and Marshall playing flag football together, and Jackie saying boss up, Marshall," on the sidelines. So I think Brett is actually pretty quick, pretty witty. I like it. I like this side of Brett. Episode 15, we see Marshall and his new girlfriend Shay, now Dr. Shay, and they have drinks and a little chill time with Tiffany and Brett. And Tiffany and Brett tell Marshall about the flag football game for everybody that they're having for the reunion game, whatever. And so yeah, Marshall's doing great. He has nothing but great things to say about Shay, and happy for him. Micah meets with Shelby, the awful friend, and Irina, the turd. Irina says she's growing on her own and she doesn't think that she should be dating anybody, and nobody wants to date her anyway because she's working on herself right now. Shelby says she has a boyfriend or her husband, I don't know which, whatever, that she's in a relationship, so she's not into Micah. Just so you know, she's been in a relationship. Stop speculating. Micah is upset that Paul is still sort of texting with her and now talking to his new girlfriend. And Jackie talks to her friend Keisha, who apparently dated Marshall after Jackie and he broke up. They just rag on Marshall. We are now at the football game, and there are many other people from the pods who I've never seen before, nor do I care. Amber, who was Paul's other choice besides Micah, talks to him. She's seeing somebody. She's now moving to San Diego. Paul's thinking about moving to San Diego. Ooh, should they meet up? I don't know. Zach is over worried about the football teams and about women and men being evened out and stuff. And it's like, it's flag football. Everybody's going to be okay. They're not good. Nobody's going to get tackled. It's fine. Micah apologizes, sort of touches base with Chelsea, and they kind of have a little reconciliation. And Chelsea's like, your man isn't here. Your man is like in Brazil or something. So get the fuck out of my life. Go away, Micah. Paul brings up randomly the butt slap. He says, I don't want to get in any traps. I saw the fallout from when it looked like I slapped somebody's ass. I'm not doing it anymore. And I thought that was kind of funny because that was ridiculous. Trending viral, whatever, on social media. That was ridiculous. I'm glad that he can acknowledge and I guess laugh about it now. We also find out at Chelsea's birthday that she touched base with Kwame's mom. They were not talking because his mom didn't want anything to do with this, or Chelsea or the marriage or anything like that. She pretty much disowned Kwame because of it. So Chelsea wrote a letter to his mom saying how much she thanked her for Kwame, how much she loved Kwame, all this stuff. And we shall see if anything comes of that. The last episode takes place mostly at Chelsea's party after the football game, and everybody's drinking, and you know how that goes. Marshall apologizes to Jackie, and he says that he's sorry for forcing a relationship when it was clear that she didn't want it. And she apologizes for making it kind of messy. She doesn't get into specifics like the ring or what she said specifically on social media, but she says like, or cheating with Josh or all that stuff, you know, the really shitty stuff. She just apologizes for making it dramatic and messy. Okay. They both say that each other deserves the world and happiness, and they say, great, we're moving on and going our separate ways. Lovely. Micah and Paul also chat, and she says that she really can't be friends if he's talking to somebody else. She needs a clean break, and they both agree to move on. That there's still feelings there because there's always gonna be, because it's love, and there's emotions and feelings and time wrapped up in it. As short as things are, feelings and emotions get involved. And so there's still feelings there, but they need to have a clean break so that they can both move on. Irina tries to apologize to Amber for laughing and stuff at her crying, and it's very disingenuous, and she pretty much lies. She's like, oh, I didn't know you were crying, I'm so sorry. And it's like, bitch, no. And Amber calls her out. She's like, Irina, be better. You knew I was crying. That is why you went over there. You knew who I was in there with. You knew I was crying, and that's why she sent you. So just, be better. I'm not losing sleep over it, but, don't be a dick. Chelsea, there's a scene of Chelsea, and if she's drunk or just very enthusiastic about her inner child, and Irina sitting there like slowly dying inside. And I thought that was great. Jackie hears word that Monica's gonna come. Monica's coming. And Jackie's like, oh no, oh, Monica's coming. Oh, we should leave. And she goes over to Josh and it's like, oh, Monica's coming. And oh, what's happening? And then Monica arrives. And it's like, who's this? What's wrong? And she very calmly says, hey, Jackie, can we talk? And they go sit down. And so Monica apparently was very close with Jackie in the pods and out of the pods when she was dating Marshall. It turns out that Josh had proposed to Monica after Jackie and Marshall split off. Then Josh proposed to Monica. She said yes. And then once Monica and Josh actually saw each other in person, Monica was like, no, and called it off. So we didn't get to see their proposal, their engagement, their dissolution. But now we know that Monica and Josh were engaged at one point, but no longer. So Jackie and Monica were friends, but no longer, because of Monica putting out on social media her story about being engaged during the show. She does not, however, specify who. So it's very insinuated. It's very like, we all kind of know, but she didn't really say anything. And then Jackie's the one who brought it up. So, it's messy and it's, and so Monica's like, look, I value our friendship. I don't care about Josh. If your man makes you try and decide between your best friend and him, then maybe that's not the man for you. Relationships end, but friendships, I'll always be here. Not saying that you and Josh aren't going to make it, but I will always be here. And so then there's really no resolution, and Monica's like, just call Josh over then. Call Josh over and we'll sort this all out. So Josh comes over, and then he gets like aggro about her being messy and dramatic on social media. And she's like, what did I do? And he's like, oh, there's comments in your thing. Like, okay, Josh. Yeah, okay, Josh. And it's like, is that it? You're mad at comments saying, okay, Josh? It's text. So that, okay, Josh, he's reading tone into it. He's putting the meaning behind it and then getting angry about it. And then she's like, well, I can't, monitor and police my comments. I have a job. I don't care enough. There's lots of comments. I'm not going to go through and be like, oh, this one says something bad about Josh. Let me delete it. So then Josh and Monica get into an argument, and Jackie leaves and walks away because she is done with the drama. She's very tired. She's very broken, it seems. And so she's outside and she's like, I can't do this anymore. You got to grow from things that don't help you. You got to move on. You got to end it. I really thought she was going to break up with Josh. She did not, sadly. She just meant the show, I guess, or that night, or the friendship with Monica. I really don't know what she meant specifically. There's a lot of interpretations. I really wish it was Josh, because Josh sucks. He's a turd. So he stays in there yelling at Monica. He finally comes out and chases after Jackie. And he's like, Jackie, what do you want? What do you want? And she's like, I'm tired of the drama. He's like, what do you want? Do you want to go home? And she's like, yeah, I just want to go home. And he's like, okay, I'm going to go give them my mic. But instead of giving them his mic immediately, he goes in and he starts bitching about Jackie and Monica to Chelsea and Marshall. Marshall. You ain't gonna get no sympathy from Marshall. So Josh is bitching to Chelsea and Marshall's just like, I'm ignoring this, about the drama and how he's tired of being messy, and he's talking about Monica being a clout chaser, and Chelsea's like, oh, don't you dare accuse people of clout chasing. Don't you do it. And he's like, okay. And she's like, you take care of your woman. You go out there and you take care of your woman. So Josh leaves finally with his tail between his legs, and hopefully off into the distance, never to be seen again. He doesn't piss me off as much as somebody like Bartise or the Takor on the Big D. Those people like infuriate me. But Josh is just kind of douchey. He's just a douche, and I would avoid him at all costs if I was around him. That's just, the other ones are like scary because they're manipulative and conniving, and Josh is just a dumbass turd, in my opinion. So the episode ends with some clips of Brett and Tiffany packing for a trip and being all happy and lovely. And it shows Zach and Bliss in pictures around Europe, all lovey-dovey and kissy and dancy and romantic. And it shows Chelsea and Kwame's brother and Chelsea's dad all supporting Kwame at his soccer game. And that is it for Love is Blind Season 5 After the Altar, Season 4. And then there's a clip of the new Love is Blind, which is coming out very soon. So make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my recaps for that. And let me know what you thought of After the Altar. Were you as bored as I was? At least there's Brett and Tiffany. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.